My name is Dominique Baker, and I am a part of the EDU104 class. The book that I read was entitled Letters to a Young Teacher by Jonathan Colt. So before I get into one of the main points that I felt about the book, I did a little background research on who Jonathan Colt was, just so that I could know who I was dealing with as far as it being the author. Jonathan Colt was born on September the 5th, 1936. He also taught in Boston public schools. An interesting fact about him teaching in Boston public schools is that he got fired for teaching a Langston Hughes poem. Now, to me, Langston Hughes is a great author. He's a great writer. So why he got fired for the content, probably because for the content. But it just shows his boldness. It shows his power, his aggression, his passion. That's what it showed to me. My main point that I got from the book, there are many main points that he talked about in the book, but the one that I got from it was about the standardized testing. Standardized testing is a big part in today's schools. I believe it's a big part in the middle school, the elementary school, as well as the secondary education level. It's a great assessment just to see how you are doing as a student. And he talked about how testing causes anxiety for both the teacher as well as the student. This is true, just because of the anxious feeling that because kids don't know what's going to be on the test, and then teachers trying to teach the information that's going to be on the test. It's just kind of like a trust thing. He also hit on the trust factor in the book too, that you must have trust between the students and give the students a little room to breathe, or give the students a little room to grow in a sense, just because that they're students and they need to have that trust for you. Also, he talked about it's like a cycle. So when you do poorly on the standardized test, the low test scores, which also results kind of in the low funding for the schools not receiving enough money in order to fund and do what they like to do. But yeah, that's kind of the main point that I took. Just kind of that once I began teaching, kind of that really grasping that hold on how to build their relationship when standardized testing comes around, because that is something that is going to happen. Like I said before, Jonathan Colt, the book was an easy read, not necessarily in lengthwise, but just easy to understand. You very flow, kind of flow, kind of not flow. But it was very beneficial to me as a person, or as an incoming or wanting to be a teacher. And I encourage anyone who wants to be a teacher, or anyone who is thinking about being a teacher. Jonathan Colt's book, Letters to a Young Teacher, it was very good. He was writing back to Francesca, who was a former student of his, to encourage her and to kind of give her some advice. So I encourage that from anyone. I encourage that. Thank you.